situation. David, for about 5-6 minutes, you've got the floor, and then I've got one other issue for you. David Icke of davidicke.com.
Well, the thing that we need to appreciate, first of all, when it comes to high technology, is that there is a cutting edge of technology that we see in the public arena, and then there's what they can really do. And they've been covering up in the underground facilities for decades the fact that they have anti-gravity technology, what people call flying saucers. And so just because a craft is in the sky that no one has seen before, and no, it can't be human, look at it, we don't have them. Well, actually, we do have them. They don't show you that they have them. And this period that we're in now is like so many strands are coming together at the same time. On one level, it seems as if the control system is coming in more and more and more. And on one level it is, and it's going to seem like it's going to continue for a while yet. But what we're actually seeing is a cornered rat. And a cornered rat kind of thrashes out because it's got nowhere else to go. It's in a panic. And so we've reached this point now where I've been saying for ages that they're going to throw the kitchen sink and the plug at us. So we're getting these strands coming together like a perfect storm of chaos and fear and confusion and bewilderment with the economic situation, with wars, with probably fake terrorist events coming along again, but also they're throwing in this fake alien invasion stuff. And you know, as you say, Alex, when the military tell you it's coming and it comes, well, you know, please, you know, the situation is so blatant, and it's been building for a while. In my new book that came out like about 3 or 4 months ago, there's a section in there that talks about this and the fact that I'd seen this sea change take place in the attitude of the authorities to the whole UFO phenomenon. For year after year, decade after decade, it was just dismissed. Oh, a load of rubbish. Oh, no, and all that stuff. Oh, no, it's a weather balloon and all this business. And suddenly there was a switch where suddenly they were giving it credibility, they were giving it credence, and then these military people started speaking out, and then there was all these papers have come to light, and Churchill knew about it and said, oh no, we mustn't release it, and all this stuff, and it's all coming together in the same period of time, and it's moving somewhere, and it's very important that people realize what the game is, because one of the great contributions that people have made over the last decade or more in making public what the agenda is, it's diffusing the power of that agenda when it's introduced. If you have strange flying saucers appearing over New York or wherever out of nowhere, and then they tell you, oh, it's an alien invasion. Well, there's a good chance you're going to believe it, because to your eyes it seems like that. But if you've been told what the agenda is beforehand, hey, this is the plan, then those people are not pulled in by it. They're not manipulated by it. They say, hey, this is a fake, this is a setup, and it's designed to do this. And so the information that's got out up to this point has had a tremendous impact and made a tremendous contribution to diluting the power of this agenda as it's introduced. You know, and people talk about the microchipping agenda ages and ages ago. As the microchipping agenda comes in, people say, hey, this is what they said was going to happen. If it comes in without that information before, then it comes in a much more powerful way. So, you know, we need to get this information circulating, not least about this whole alien bloody nonsense. Yes, there are non-human groups and races that are manipulating this planet. I've been writing about it for years, but is that what this is? No way. It's a problem reaction solution to create a mass acceptance of centralizing power in the world to meet the threat to the planet. When you want to change the world on a global level, You want global problems, rather, that you can give global solutions to. So you want a global economic crash, world central bank, et cetera, centralized control of finance. You have global warming or climate change that they're trying to sell as human cause. That's a threat to the planet. It's a world problem if you accept the nonsense that it's a problem, and therefore you can give a global solution to it. And of course, the old alien invasion, the extraterrestrial invasion, is a global problem if people buy it, for which they can offer a global solution. So this is what's happened. We have a global war on terror and all the rest of it. They're just creating more and more global problems that they can give us global solutions for. And we need not to buy it and to get informed, and when we get informed, to communicate what we know. And the whole thing expands, and the game rules change, and humanity takes its life back, and its collective life back, and the planet back. It's gone to the toilet, so I yeah, and so...
David, hold on. I've told you a couple times. The only way I can shut up and give you the floor is I'm going in there and sitting in the control room, sitting back, getting to listen to David Icke. So go ahead and finish the next point you were making. We'll get into our final point.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, you know, what we've been talking about here, Alex, the time I've been on, what is it, best part of an hour, it's all about one simple theme, that we have the power to take control back of our lives, our collective lives, and the planet we live on, and take control back of human society.
And that's our biggest value, is that we have the power of free will and choice, and they try to create a hologram of disinformation and media propaganda and false semantical labels, as 1984 writes about, so we can't even communicate with each other, and we're nearing that fork in the road. We've got to put the full exertion out now.
Yes, we've reached that point on the journey where, as that pastor said in Nazi Germany, the famous phrase, first they came for the Jews, I was not a Jew, so I did nothing. Then they came for the communists, I was not a communist, so I did nothing. Then they came for the trade unionists, I was not a trade unionist, so I did nothing. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. And that's why the people in Hollywood and the people with a public stage and everybody that's got any understanding of what's going on, doing nothing, staying silent, is no longer an option, because eventually there'll be no one left to speak out for you. There is now. We can come together and speak out for each other. But if we leave it any longer, there'll be no one left to speak out for you. And you'd think, if only when I had the chance. Well, you do have the chance. Let's have you.
And the iron curtain of total tyranny is falling. I've got one other point with you, another 5-6 minutes or so with David Icke. We're going to let him go. Appreciate him spending time with us. A chance to see him out in San Francisco coming up on the 23rd, correct, David?
Yep, next Saturday, yeah.
Next Saturday, and they can find out more at davidicke.com?
Yeah, it's all there, yeah.
Okay, right there on the front page, and we'll put that front page up for folks here in a moment. But continuing, we are running the Infowars.com Moneybomb, InfowarsMoneybomb.com. Find links to it at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. They haven't updated it yet. 30 minutes ago it was $174,000 and 53. So again, we'll put that back up on screen as I'm looking way across the room here. $174,000 and 54. So $174,000 and 53. So we just got the new numbers. We've now raised over $201,000. We are now online for goal. You can write to us. We'll add it in next week. Last year we raised $300,000. Another $50,000 came in the next week from mail. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760 for Alex Jones or Infowars. I'll do it. You can also, again, the best place is Infowars.com, InfowarsMoneybomb.com. You can give PayPal, credit card, whatever you'd like. And you can also call. We got 7 people up there taking your calls one after the other. If it's busy, just stay on hold. They'll get to you. God bless you. We want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for helping me live out my mission to defeat these people, and we're all in this together. So thank you for helping sharpen and harden the tip of our spear. 888-253-3139. Make that decision. to donate and support what we're doing, 888-253-3139. And then I have Ron Paul and David Icke and Lou Dobbs today and thousands of other prominent guests and authors. And I have them on. They promote their events, their books, their information, because I think it's key. And we're a platform to get the information out. You know, I go back 15 years ago, 13 years ago with my first film. I said, get it, make copies. You know, just because I wanted to reach people. And it's had such a big effect. So as I've given my time, my energy, my very essence, my blood, sweat, and tears, as David has, please donate to us today. David, I want to get into Zbigniew Brzezinski and that final statement that, you know, we're winning, the elite aren't invincible. I want to play this clip and get your take on it. But briefly, what's your view on my money bombing? What does David Icke think of? I've never asked this. What do you think of Alex Jones? What do you think of what I'm doing? I mean, what do you think of? I mean, what does your spirit, your gut tell you about Alex Jones? Do you think it's worthwhile to support Infowars.com?
Well, I think it's worthwhile to support any person or organization that is getting suppressed information into the public arena. And clearly you've been doing that on a vast scale through various means, your website, your radio show, etc. And, you have a loud voice, in more ways than one. You have a loud voice in terms of getting this information circulating. And, people have said to me over the years that Alex Jones is CIA or Alex Jones is that and Alex Jones is the other. And, I've said, well, look at what's happened in terms of information circulating that would not have happened if he hadn't done it. So, where's the benefit? I mean, I hear the arguments about, it's controlled opposition and all the rest of it. Well, there's no kind of worse controlled opposition than getting information out that the control system doesn't want out there. You imagine, Alex, if and people listening, if the information that's been communicated by your show and yourself over the years and communicated by me and communicated by so many other people, if that had not have gone out there, where would we be now?
Well, David, if they had
been so far much further along the road.
Exactly, but I mean, folks, they try to create dissent. They try to tell you there couldn't be a good guy like David Icke or Ron Paul or Alex Jones or others. There couldn't be a way to win. It's a lie. You know you're good. Get out there and be a leader. You know, they say David Icke and Alex Jones and others, they become too successful. They must be bad. That's what it's all about. We're human beings. We have a destiny. We know the power of humanity. You think they want us telling you bisphenol A sterilizes you for 10 years, now they're banning it all over the world in the plastics? You think they want us telling you GMO is bad? You think they want us beating the Senate bill to take over the local farms and ranches? I mean, if people had any discernment, if they've stepped through to honor and truth and light, they would know we were real. They would have a basic understanding. But it doesn't matter. The facts of everything we've covered has now come true, and it's a cop-out. I'd say a third of the energies of the awakened population, people, in fact, what's one thing I feel bad about, but that's just the way it is. Some of the seeds aren't going to fall on the fertile ground. They're going to fall on the rocks. The birds are going to eat them, as Christ said. But I wake up tens of millions of people, literally tens of millions, conservatively. Okay, I mean, folks, you go to Russia, you go to Japan, you go to Mexico, Infowars.com spray painted. I mean, it's just everywhere. I mean, a prophet's not owned in his own country. It's like David's bigger outside the UK than he is in the UK. The issue is that we have had an ultra massive effect. We've reached hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. We've been spot on. And I look at all the Nazis and people that attack us, like Hal Turner, who I said was a Fed 10 years ago. Now it's admitted. We're right. We're right. We're right. And that's why the system's scared. And it's a cop-out for people to not get involved. Instead of fighting the globalists and that tiny elite, they're trying to get us fighting with each other. And the White House science czar Cass Sunstein admits that's a long-term program for them to pose as conspiracy theorists, i.e. someone who questions the official story of anything, to get us killing each other and fighting with each other instead of going against the tiny 1/10 of 1% that are the globalist controllers. David.
Well, this is a very, very important point, you know, and it's another expression of this. Oh, the elite have all the power, and that is that if you are successful in getting information, suppressed information out to vast numbers of people, then you, by definition, must be one of them. Otherwise, you'd be dead. I've had it read about. I've read it about myself from time to time, more than a few times. He must be one of them, otherwise he'd be dead. I mean,